Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that you are no longer allowed to speak your opinion. You cannot choose what religion to practice. You cannot go to school. And if you protest, you could be arrested. For millions of people around the world, this is not a hypothetical situation. This is everyday life. But after one of the darkest moments in human history, the world tried to change this reality. Nations came together to make a powerful promise that every human being deserves dignity, freedom, and protection. This promise became known as human rights. But even today, decades later, the fight to protect these rights continues. Human rights are the basic freedom and protection every person deserves simply because they are human. These rights do not depend on nationality, wealth, gender, or religion. They apply to everyone. In 1948, the international community adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, created by the United Nations. This historical document outlines fundamental human rights that all people should have. Some of these rights include the right to life, the right to freedom of expression, the right to education, the right to equality, the right to protection from discrimination. This principle became the foundation of modern human rights law around the world. To understand why these rights were created, we must first look back at history. During the World War II, humanity witnessed devastating atrocities. Millions of people were killed, imprisoned, and displaced. One of the most tragic events during this period was the Holocaust, where millions of Jewish people and others were systematically murdered. This event shocked the world. After the war ended, global leaders realized something important. Without universal protection, governments could easily abuse their powers and violate people's dignity. The solution was to create global standards for how people should be treated. Human rights are built on several key principles. Universality. Human rights apply to everyone everywhere. No person is excluded. Equality. Every human being deserves equal protection under the law. Indivisibility. Rights are connected. For example, the right to education supports the right to work and participate in society. Accountability. Governments are responsible for protecting the rights of their citizens. When these principles are respected, societies become more stable and just. Many people think human rights only apply in extreme situations, but they affect everyday life in many ways. The ability to vote in elections, the freedom to express your own opinion online, the opportunity to attend school, protection from unfair treatment at work. All these are examples of human rights in actions. Without these protections, societies become vulnerable to injustice and inequality. Throughout history, courageous individuals have fought to defend human rights. One powerful example is Martin Luther King Jr. He led a movement demanding racial equality and justice. Another remarkable figure is Nelson Mandela. Mandela spent decades fighting against apartheid, a system of racial segregation in South Africa. After years of struggling, apartheid eventually ended and Mandela became a symbol of reconciliation and justice. These leaders demonstrated that change often begins with individuals who refuse to accept injustice. Even today, human rights face serious challenges. In some countries, journalists are punished for reporting the truth. In others, minority groups face discrimination. Conflict and wars continue to threaten civilians' population. Organizations like Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch work to document these issues. They investigate abuses and raise global awareness. Their work helps bring attention to people whose voice might otherwise be ignored. As society evolves, new human rights questions are emerging. Digital privacy is becoming increasingly important as technology advances. Climate change is raising concern about environmental justice and the rights of future generations. Artificial intelligence and surveillance technology also creates new debates about freedom and privacy. These challenges show that human rights must continue evolving to protect people in a changing world. Human rights are not just legal concepts, they are values that shape how societies treat people. When rights are respected, people feel safer, freer, and more empowered. When rights are ignored, injustice and conflict can grow. Protecting human rights requires the participation of government, organizations, and ordinary citizens. Everyone has a role in building a fairer world. Human rights represent one of the humanity's most powerful ideas. The belief that every person deserves dignity, freedom, and respect. But the rights are not permanent. They must be protected, defended, and respected by every generation. So here is a question to think about. If human rights belongs to everyone, what responsibility do we have to protect them? Share your thoughts in the comments, because conversations like this are how awareness grows and change begins. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, can you like and subscribe? It is bye bye for now.